All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Wayne's World Garage. We're trying something new out today. We've got the GoPro 10 or whatever it is, because my GoPro 8 bricked. And I bought some thing here, which has a forward-pointing microphone. Not quite ready for the separate RF mic, but that's coming up next. So what's this afternoon's project? So here you go. Check this thing out. Now what in the heck is this? It is made, it's model number L-90A, made in Rensselaer, made by the Rensselaer Valve Company in Troy, New York in 1949, otherwise known as Troylet. No, just kidding, Troy. I'm from upstate New York. I know very well where Troy is, so I can say things like that. But what we have here is a fire hydrant. Now, how many of you all have a fire hydrant? And how many of you know how heavy a fire hydrant is? This thing's friggin' heavy. It's hundreds of pounds. So what am I doing? I got to take these guys off here, and I got to take this valve thing off here because I don't need the valve. So to do this, what I want to do is I want to take all this out, blast it down, powder coat it, and get it looking nice. So I've already started this, but these bolts here have to come off. So to get these little bolts off here, it could take a little bit of effort. The impact wrench alone is not doing it. If I had a big torch, I would do it with a torch. But I've got something else, and it's kind of cool. So let me show you what this thing is. Bought from Jeff Bezos, Amazon.com, whatever. It's called a bolt buster, and it's an inductive heater. And what it does is you put it around something, you push the little button, and due to the induction heating mechanisms, magnetic heating, it gets the bolts hot, and the nut especially, the outer part of it. Then it cranks right off. So let me set this thing up, let me give it a crank, and let's see how it works. All right, so just to show you what's happened here, we could use the air impact wrench to snap off, but this is, let's try this. Not much is happening. But now, from Crazy Eddie, we have this bolt buster thing. Let's try this bad boy. So what this does, as I say, you push it here, squeeze it around there, you push this little button, and you wait a little bit for it to start to get hot. Don't touch this, and don't do this in your kitchen. Your wife would not be amused. And it takes a few minutes to get going, but it will heat up eventually. I can smell it already, it's getting kind of hot. Ideally, you want to let it get red hot. I don't know if it's ever going to get red hot, because this is, it's probably, I don't know, it's probably a 5/8 inch bolt or something like that. They're 1-inch nuts. But I can see it's getting hot because it's discoloring. The rust is turning different colors. And I know that's how to know when it's kind of doing its job. Keep waiting, keep waiting. It looks to me like it's getting kind of warm. I can feel the heat. If I put my hand here, I can feel heat coming off this thing. And there's a whole lot of mass in this. I see smoke coming out of it. Hopefully no sparks. All right, let's see what happens here. Be careful of this thing because it is hot. You don't want to let the kitties touch it. So the same impact wrench as before. Put it here and let's see what happens. Well, we can see it's working. Of course, a little bit of WD would have helped it, but. Almost. WD would have really helped. She's becoming stubborn. We will fix that. And the reality is I could just cut these bad boys off at this point, or at any point. Oh, this might not happen. So it's right around there. But you can see she's starting to jam up a little bit. I mean, I could get it off with an air wrench. Snap-off wrench has a little bit more kahunas here for doing this sort of thing. But let me heat it up with this. I'm further away from the cast top, so it won't be quite as much heat mass sucking the heat away from this thing. Now, some of you may be wondering, why do we need a fire hydrant in my front yard? Oh, this bolt, I don't know if you can see it. This bolt is getting red hot. You'll see when I pull it off. That's kind of warm. So why do you need a fire hydrant? Well, first of all, I'll be the only one in the neighborhood with a fire hydrant. But it's not for me. And we've got girly dogs. It's for the male dogs in the neighborhood. They need a place to do their business. You can see she's on her way off. That's about all she wrote there. Huh? Woo-wee! That is hot. One bolt off. Threads are pretty good shape. And now we're on our way to taking this top off. All right, a couple more of these guys to go and we'll be done here with this. Let's see if it'll actually come off. Let's try this one next. If I was smart, I will. I'll get out the some Whiskey Delta 40. How many of you all know what WD-40 stands for anyway? Can you see me in the face? Yes, WD-40. Water displacement number 40. Took 40 tries to get it right. Anybody about WD-41? I don't think so. Anyway, squeeze this thing. You can hear the power flowing into it. And there's a lot of mass here. So it's not turning cherry red when it's so close to the cast iron, because all heat's getting into the cast iron. Maybe if I waited 3 days it would, but I don't have 3 days. And if you got oxyacetylene, that'd be even nicer, but I don't have oxy, so we're using this. It looks to me like it's getting toasty again. Maybe not. More heat. I wonder if I heat it up just around that thing. You know, I've got another idea. I never said I was that smart. I wonder if I heated up the bolt sticking out of this thing instead. It would work any better. It might. You can see a little bit of, you can't see it, but there's some stuff getting red in there. It's hot. Metal filings are getting hot in there. This thing is particularly handy when you're working on things like brake bleeder screws on calipers and stuff next to fuel lines and brake lines, because there's no flame, so I like it for that. All right, let's see if we get any more action out of it this time. Coming. Maybe what I'll do is I'll heat up one more time. And a little bit of oil would probably make it a happy camper. Just heat. First step, get some traction out of this thing. I'm still kind of tempted to just heat up the threaded portion of it. These bolts, I would guess, have not been taken off since 1949 when they were put on. That's older than me. Jeez. Well, I can see it's getting red. Oh, there's meat in this thing. Woo! Oh yeah, you saw the nuts getting red. It'll work this time. Wow. That's how to do it. Amazing. This nut is red hot. Just like I'd like to do, frankly, with a torch. If I had a torch, get it red hot and crank it off. There you go. Let's give her a little bit more encouragement and pop it off the rest of the way. So when I heat it up here, it works a lot better because it's an inch or so away from the top of this thing. So a whole lot less thermal conductivity to it, so it seems to work out better. It's getting red hot quickly. Oh my, what I get out of it. Doesn't seem to matter, does it? Alrighty. Alrighty. So, 2 left and we're good to go here. Let's see how they go. Alright, hopefully you can see this one pretty well. Put this thing back on and crank it down. Let her rip, tater chip. Now the real question is, once this thing pops off of here, or one more to go, which is actually going to come off without a fight, because it's been on 40,000 years. It'll be a fight. Not sure it's going to do anything, but let's find out. Turns black enough. For sure. How about that? Need a winch on the other end. Nothing, honey. Let me try a little bit more, but she'll come off. She loves me. So I don't know if you can hear me while this thing's going, but the next question is, I need to go to the fire department and find out, is it legal to have a fire hydrant in front of your house? Other than pissing the neighbors off. It should make the dogs happy though. So we'll see. I'm gonna leave it on there for a little bit longer this time. You see some red coming out of it if I can. Make sure these don't get too loose. some of you may wonder why I just don't roll this over to make it easy to access. It's because this freaking thing weighs almost 250 pounds. That it's heavy as hell. And that's not going to happen. How about that, huh? Is that nice or what? One more to go. There's the last one. Now, if I was really scientific, I would time it and figure out exactly how long it takes to make it work, but not that smart. Now, y'all might be telling me there'd be a lot easier ways to do this. Just use my snap-off impact. Yeah, that would work. I'd probably have 6 or 8 broken bolts, but it would take them off, but this is more fun. Plus, I get to play with my bolt buster. Maybe show you. Can't imagine it's still doing anything, but... Ooh. Oh, why was that one so easy? Well, how about that? There you go. All right, well, next step is to pop that cover off. But in case some of you all missed the pumpkin picking party we had, check this out. We got a few pumpkins left over still. We'll send them out to some more of the neighbors. But we got our BAP, Big American Pumpkins, and they kind of worked out all right this year. And this gives you a rough idea of the size of them. They're not small.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching another episode of Wayne's World Garage. Hope this is kind of interesting. I don't have oxyacetylene, so using the bolt buster thing works out pretty well. Do me a favor, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, and leave a comment. Take care of you all and have a good day.